Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Before kickoff, Charles, quickly, your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I could give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Pistol. 4 down. Pistol. 4 down. Check. Crunch. Hurry.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Running left, it's Barkley.
Run!
And touchdown! And his guys have taken a first quarter lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Winston, the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Mike 55! Mike 55!
On first down, Wentz. Jerry Rice, open right side. Past the 20, 10, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jerry Rice. 63 yards. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Dawson tacks on the point after, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Space to maneuver at the 40.
Bro, we just want to come out and pound the fucking rock, dog. We're not even really worried about anything else right now. We're just coming out and pounding this bitch.
With his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And his guys have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this 1st quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
I know you felt that one.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw is Wentz.
See, last year that's a pick, man. That's an adjustment I gotta make. I gotta improve on that.
22 yards there, a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st
Especially
down.
with Anthony Barr last year, that's a pick for sure. No question.
Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
180. Great 15. Great 15.
Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Switch. Let's find 7. Shift. Hey, Haywood.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And Beasley with it over the middle. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really
Take
nice
your field goal, boy.
They knew where the sticks were. They got the
Take
stop
that
before.
field goal.
Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with 4th down and 1. Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it.
Check 24.
They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more this time, the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side back?
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
You mine. 51's Mike.
They begin with a run by Barkley. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
5 for 146 and 2 boys. That's what I'm talking about.
Able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 36 yards on the play. What did you see there on the defensive side? What allowed that good-sized run?
Well, they were in a cover 2 alignment, which means your 2 safeties are back away from the line of scrimmage. So if you can match up your blocking at the line, at the point of attack, there's usually some room, a big gap between that 2nd level and 3rd, and that's what they were able to exploit.
25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
Regular. Quarterback D-line. Get that quarterback D-line. D-line. Hey, Charlie. 51's the Mike. 51's the Mike. Check the outs. Check the outs. 36. Watch. He's coming. Point it right.
A first down carry for Barkley. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report.
Run. Check 50. Shoot.
Saquon Barkley running right, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
That's how you power run on someone, bro. You don't need to throw the ball to win games.
Half touchdowns, and his guys are going to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio, and it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a dinosaur.
Yo, what is that bullshit?
You know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Apparently it's going to be a long day.
He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Hey, wahoo! Go get him!
From just shy of midfield, Wentz. Right side caught by Jackson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Wentz now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, orbit.
Here's Wentz to throw. Flush to his right. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, I know it's only a loss of a couple of yards, but when you get near the sidelines, just flip the ball out of bounds, incomplete, and save the yardage. Save the yards, not your stats.
Mike, 55.
To throw again on second down. Wentz bringing it in. Jackson left side. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Hey, other side, solid. Watch the shift. Hey, watch the shift.
On third down, Devontae Freeman. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Easy work.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Man 5-7. Watch the run.
On play action, it's Wentz. Dancing, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this will be scooped up by the defense.
Let's go, boy. Go ahead and quit, dog.
Guys will get the football back. Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10.
Check Mike, 99.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard
2:31 in the first half.
Quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
We want it. Come to my rip 5-2 out here. 26, check 26.
Third quarter starts with a run by Freeman. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made. And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Oh.
Thrown right side and complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
There goes Jerry Rice again, racking up catches in bunches. His 1,549 catches, a whopping 224 more than the next closest guy, the great Tony Gonzalez, a terrific tight end.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From midfield, here's Wentz. Harris has it over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Frank Clark able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Hey, 74, 74. Hey, Alpha. They even let you play.
Wentz gonna throw. He hits Beasley right side. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Nice hit, boy.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Tight dog, tight dog.
Throwing now is Wentz. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Run.
Wentz to throw for it on 4. This is caught by Jackson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Wentz now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Freeman. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are back within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
180. Point it right. You got double tight. Alert.
Here's a give to Barkley.
Slam.
He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45.
This boy Saquon, a monster.
First down gain of 26 yards. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
Check Mike 99. Hey, let's get that ball, G. Hey, alert. Fresno.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. And to the tight end Olsen, right side. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
I like the design of that play, or shall I say the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side. You know, he gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the field, and they find each other for the completion.
Motherfucker.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. Still on his feet. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And all the way in for the touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 32 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
There we go. Pac-Man. 180. Black.
Wentz now on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia. Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wentz now to throw. Caught by the tight end Watson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Wentz. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll run it. Freeman. And some space here. Devontae Freeman. They're not going to get him. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 2nd touchdown of the night.
Give me that shit.
Cut it back within a score. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away.
We got this. Check it. 180. 65. 65. Run. 65. Check.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And from the 25, they work this to the 29. A gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. They'll run it again with Barkley. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Check it. 180. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Check.
Mayfield to throw. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Keep playing hard. Good. 180. Mike. Pistol. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Alert. SOS.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Saquon Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
So when you saw him dump it off to the back, did you think he was going to pick up the first down there?
Well, I knew one thing. It wasn't his primary target. At least it didn't look like it. Turned out to be the play they needed, though. And it's big because it's the opening drive. So converting that third down, keeping the play, not the play, the drive going.
Yeah, it certainly appeared like his downfield targets were covered. Threw a little dump off to his back, and nice effort picking up the first down, though. And you're right. That opening drive, keep those chains moving.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Point it right. Crash. Rail.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Run. Regular. Smoke. Safety's creeping.
From the gun, Mayfield. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
You don't want it. Rush in. Rail. Kings. Hey, alert 33. Buzz. Hurry. I got him. He's mine.
And that'll set him back 5.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Watch tight end. We got 3. Hey, Zoo. Hurry. Go 58. Let's go. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley.
Cut.
Space to run past the 20. And all the way in. Saquon Barkley. And the Pats have taken the early lead. A nice run by him, don't get me wrong, but the blocking up front was a thing of beauty.
I think for an opening drive, how about that for an exclamation point? Just what you said. Good blocking, good vision, and he accelerated to the end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Friday. Watch the run. Tighten up, tighten. 14, Friday.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
You.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Here we go, D. Here I come. One left.
On second and very short, Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on fourth. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down.
Flag 90. 93's the mic. P-alert. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it.
Now Wilson on first down. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just...
And he's going to go down again. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's fourth down. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive, What can they do here on 4th down? They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't want to take your horse right to the front and let them do all the work, and then someone catch them at the end and pass them up. You want to make sure you moderate what you're doing along the way and then go for the big finish.
180! Alert, alert! Alert, alert! You can't block me. You can't block me.
A handoff to Barkley. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Mayfield now gets this out to Saquon Barkley. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Real. Here we go again. Here we go again. Check 31. Under 10.
Now it's Barkley.
10. Kill. Turn up.
Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining.
Run, fellas, let's run. Set. 20.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Barkley, and an alley to run. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 31 yards there and a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case. That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On second down, here's Barkley. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. New England on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 4. And it's caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Set. 180. I'm trying to run.
They'll try and get it in with Sherman, the fullback. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Mike. Wild Bill. Showing 8.
Mayfield going to take it on the sneak. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Baker Mayfield as the first half is winding down. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. He sets to fire deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I got one. Watch that. Let's go, 14.
First down, a run with Cohen. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Green 80.
Check 55, Mike. Watch the curl.
Bang out. Bam. Check 52. Check. Bravo.
They'll start the third quarter with a run by Cohen. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Last stop.
Here we go on fourth with Wilson. He is going to find Hill here. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Catch here, left side, Thomas. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From the 35 on second down, Wilson, and he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Frank Clark, his second sack of the night.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Throwing is Wilson. And my goodness.
Good game, Doc.